Welcome back to Saxon Math, Course 3. Today we're talking about Lesson 5, Fractional Parts. Our objectives for this lesson. After this lesson you should be able to find fractional parts of numbers, compare and order fractions by comparing them to 1/2. Some review from your last lesson. Make sure you pay attention to the question in every word problem. We talked about that a couple times. And equal groups problems are solved using multiplication or division depending on which number is missing. Now we'll get to your new concept. Remember that fractions are made up of two parts. I know we've been working with fractions for a while now. Those two parts are the numerator on top and the denominator on the bottom. The numerator stands for the number of parts described, and the denominator stands for the total number of equal parts. So for example, if you ate 3/8 of a pizza, the numerator 3 stands for how many pieces you ate. The denominator 8 stands for the total number of pizza slices. If we want to find the fractional part of a group, we're going to divide the group, the total number in the group, by the denominator of the fraction, and we're going to multiply that quotient by the numerator of the fraction. So for example, if we wanted to know what 2/3 of 28 is, we're going to divide by the denominator, 28 divided by 3, which is 7, and we're going to take that quotient of 7 and multiply it by the numerator. So 7 times 2 is 14, meaning that 2/3 of 28 is 14. If we want to compare fractions, first we need to think back and remember that a fraction that's equal to 1/2 has a numerator that is half of the denominator. So an easy way to compare fractions is to check and see if they're greater than or less than 1/2 first. Fractions that are greater than 1/2 will have a numerator that's more than half of the denominator, and fractions that are less than 1/2 will have a numerator that is less than half of the denominator. So for example, if we were ordering these fractions from least to greatest, 5/10, 5/6, and 5/12, we want to look at each fraction individually. Half of 10 is 5, so we know the first fraction is equal to 1/2. 5/10 is 1/2. Half of 6 is 3, so the second fraction is more than 1/2. If it were equal to 1/2, it would be 3/6. So 5/6 is more than 1/2. And half of 12 is 6, so the third fraction, 5/12, is less than 1/2 because 1/2 would be 6/12. Therefore, our order would be 5/12, 5/10, and 5/6. That is it for today. Make sure you work through your practice problems and post any questions in the discussion section so we can hit on those topics next time in class. We will see you next time.